made everything vegan, which of course a guy like me does appreciate.
Good.
Well, I haven't worn leather in many, many years, so a lot of really cool costume people have helped accommodate my fetish. But
Obviously, this is directed by Andy Serkis, and he's someone who I think has a pretty keen understanding of movement and physicality. And so I wondered what sort of conversations the two of you might have had about figuring out how Cletus would carry himself.
yeah, it is definitely his milieu. I wanted to try something different from the first. I did a little thing at the end of the first one, and I wasn't terribly satisfied with it. So
Mhm.
it was good talking to him and getting his guidance. He's the perfect guy to try a thing, and he could say, "Yeah, I like that," or if he didn't like it, "Oh, I trust that too." Anyway, high level of trust because he's such a good friend, and nice to have him at the helm.
Yeah, the two of you worked together on the Planet of the Apes movie, so I figured you had some firsthand experience what it was like to collaborate with him, especially in terms of. Now I know that this wasn't like a fully motion capture performance, but especially the more technical side of things playing Carnage.
Yeah, that's true. I think were it up to him, there would have been much more motion capture.
Hmm.
He loves the motion capture, but what they did digitally, the way they animate these characters, just amazing.
I wanted to ask you, you mentioned that little bit you did for the first movie. I'm someone that was kind of partial to the curly hair. I wondered if you had any insight into what happened to Cletus's curly hair from that scene.
Well, I thought it was a little too, I didn't like it. I didn't like that wig. I just wanted something a little more realistic. Although, I guess in a way, it was a jump to just discard it.
I love the suit he wears as well that he finds. I wondered if you had any input on what that was going to look like.
Well, Joanna Ewell was the person who did costumes, and she's really talented. And so, yeah, of course, I have influence, but it's more her doing, and I'd be like, well, I don't like that, or I like that, and then she brings it to life, and she
Hmm.
made everything vegan, which of course a guy like me does appreciate.
Oh, right. So any of the leather that he might have been wearing, not real
Right,
leather.
right,
Right.
exactly.
Good.
Well, I haven't worn leather in many, many years, so a lot of really cool costume people have helped accommodate my
Hmm.
fetish, but fetish. But you know, anyway, she's great, and I love the look. So
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot of fun. It's pretty badass, but also like throwback. It feels kind of a piece with like the '90s, which these characters were born out of. That's how it spoke to me at least.
oh, good, yeah,
Yeah.
what we would hope.
I have tasted blood before, and that is not it. All I ever wanted in this world is carnage.